Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Pros. It's Drew here. We're finally back at Knott's Beary Farm. Let's go check out what's new. Never thought I'd be so happy to see Silver Bullet running around its course. It's been literally over 400 days since we've seen something like that. Also, new change, no temperature checks anymore before you enter into the park. Now, we did not get here at opening. It's about 10:35 right now. And in terms of crowds, Silver Bullet literally has no wait. It's a complete walk-on. There was maybe 4 people on the last train we saw going by. And I've only seen maybe 4 or 5 other families outside of the entrance. They are spacing every other row on Silver Bullet, just to let you know for the time being. So, it still being a walk-on is pretty impressive. So I do think it helps that it's a Thursday for crowds because there's literally no one here. So great to see this beautiful steam engine steaming. Also, speaking of steam engines, Calico Mine Ride is running cycles. But first up, we gotta go to Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair, the newest attraction at the park. It does look like they're expecting some major crowds later, maybe on the weekends, because they do have a lineup spot for this picture. But we're gonna get in that pretty big line for Berry Tales in comparison to the rest of the park. Well, speaking of rides that are running, HangTime is, and it looks like they're seating every row. Now, I'll have to check back on that a little later on, but there's barely any wait for that. Also, Xcelerator. Oh, it's so nice to see that running too. We'll have to ride all of these rides and more later on. So great to be walking under this sign. It's been about a 15-minute wait, and we're finally at the stairs. But yeah, only 15 minutes for the wait that was past the fountain over there. Would you look at all of this? So much detail, so much love. I am blown away at this queue space. Look, there's even paw prints. Somebody stole the boysenberry pies. What? This is incredible. Oh, they even just said, back by popular demand, his voyage to the Iron Reef. There's little clues and snippets of all types of Easter eggs from Knott's past.
This is the tour dispatch office. The coyote pups mentioned in the previous announcement have been found. Repeat, the pups have been found in our office.
What? The coyote pups are in the office? Uh-oh. Speaking of the tour dispatch office, there it is. And look, they even left. They left their boysenberry paw prints out the window. I guess we gotta go find the pups. We're gonna have to follow these prints all the way on the ride. Oh my goodness, look at that. A reimagined mural and plexiglass in the way. I'm not making this up. It smells of boysenberries. Here we go. All right, I'm not gonna film on ride, but I'm super excited. Look at that, first place. Look at me go. That was so much fun. Oh, such an improvement on Voyage to the Iron Reef. Wouldn't you say, Hunter? Now, I'll sum up my thoughts a little later, but first, we gotta look at the company store. Look at all of this amazing merchandise. They have wacky soapbox racers merch. Like, come on! I'm gonna spend so much money here today. This wall is filled with Berry Tales merch, both old and new. And I gotta say, all of it is incredible. Like, Knott stepped up their merch game, for sure. Like, look at all the Frog Forest merch alone. Like, this shirt, $19.99. So it looks like most of the t-shirts are about $20, which is not a bad price, especially for these awesome designs. You can even get a keychain with one of your favorite bears. Now, you know how I love to talk about wacky soapbox racers. This is insane. An actual wacky soapbox racer car that they saved from the desert. How amazing is that? Or if you're a fan of sky jump, they have all the merch to satisfy you, even like a windbreaker. How cool is that? And if you want merch for the Haunted Shack, what? You can get that here too. I am absolutely loving that Knott's is really honing in on its history, and 3 for $10 for these awesome history magnets. Oh, also look, Kingdom of the Dinosaurs. Now, I usually don't get white shirts, but I think I'm gonna have to get this one. It's $29.99, kind of a baseball tee for wacky soapbox racers. Or I could get this hat for 20, or this mug for 15. Like, oh, there's so much money I could spend right now, but my wallet would say no. Are you kidding me? They even have volcano merchandise. What? Knott's, you're making me cry. It's so incredible looking back at your history like this and embracing it full force. Right next to all the volcano merch, they also have Sad Eye Joe. Like a whole side of a freaking shop dedicated to this wonderful mannequin. They even have 100th anniversary Spirit jerseys. I might have to pick one of these up. Or if you're into basketball, you can get a Beary Tales or Soapbox Racers basketball. So all the wacky Soapbox merch includes a racing flag, an iron-on patch, a keychain, a license plate, a drawstring bag, and of course all these amazing t-shirts, which I think I'm gonna get this one instead of the baseball t-shirt. All right, I just spent $22 in the factory store for a Wacky Soapbox Racer shirt and a Haunted Shack magnet. Now, the shirt's for me, obviously. Even though I never got to ride the ride, I still wish I could have. But the magnet is for my dad, who actually worked the Haunted Shack for many years way back when. Knott's Beary Tales return to the fair, though. What a phenomenal ride. Such a step up from Voyage to the Iron Reef. And I gotta say, I had chills going through a couple of those rooms, just harkening back to the old attraction. Seriously though, one of the best attractions in the park. I can't wait to ride this every single time I visit this awesome place. So Hunter, what did you think?
I thought it was a definite improvement over Iron Reef. It just oozed charm and character. It was just so fun to ride, and can't wait to ride it again.
I agree with Hunter 100%. It oozed charm and character. It was absolutely fun. I can't wait to ride it again, though. We're not gonna do that right now, because it does have about a 25-minute wait, but you know what doesn't have a 25-minute wait? HangTime. I can't wait to get back on this awesome 2018 coaster that has thrilled us time and time again. Well, after riding HangTime, here's the line for Beary Tales. Probably about a 40-minute wait, which is not bad for an opening day for a brand new ride. But HangTime, oh, back row ride. What an awesome experience. I missed it a lot. I absolutely love this ride. I think it's amazing. Oh my goodness. Xcelerator is gonna be our next ride, going all the way 205 feet up in the air at 82 miles an hour. I've missed this ride probably more than any other at this park. But going back to Beary Tales real quick, if you wanna see a complete POV with spoilers, go check out my buddy Dylan's video in the top right corner right now. Wow, I forgot how amazing Xcelerator's launch is. I love this ride so much. It's just so intense. I grayed out the entirety of that final turnaround over there. I literally couldn't see a thing. It was brilliant. Well, it's lunchtime, so we're coming to Coasters Drive-In. And if you're curious, meal plan from last year still works too. So we got some chicken tenders, and we're listening to the wonderful Knott radio. Yeah, it's back. Now, after eating some delicious food, we've come over to Surfside Gliders and the Pacific Scrambler. We're gonna take a ride on the Scrambler for Hunter's sake. But I love that they changed the music. It's now 50s music instead of 80s. It makes the theming more cohesive. We just spun and twisted like crazy on the Scrambler. Interesting though, they are loading one party at a time, and they wait until you either sit down when they load, or when they unload, they have to wait for the next party in front of you to go all the way through the exit. So I don't think we're gonna check that out again today, But maybe we'll ride HangTime a little later on. But for now, we're gonna head over to Fiesta Village. This will never get old. Next up for us is a classic at the park, Dragon Swing. Let's do this thing. Oh, I missed the line. I gotta go back. That's right. We just rode Knott's Fairy Tales, returned to the fair for the second time today. It did take about an hour though. The line has gotten much bigger than it was, but still so much fun. Got first place. Can't wait to ride it over and over again. Now, I think after waiting an hour for that, we're gonna go try and see other attractions. But at 2 o'clock, the park started to get really busy. So we'll see how long we have to wait for rides like GhostRider or Pony Express. Hopefully it's not too long though. Also, I love this on the Charles M. Schultz Theater. They have the LED sign saying, "Welcome back, season pass holders." Because if you're a season pass holder, starting today, May 6th, you have free reign over the park with a reservation until the general public is allowed in, starting in late May. Seriously though, such a step up from what was here before. Knott's Fairy Tales. You gotta check it out. It is so much fun. Speaking of fun, we're with my super fun friend, Carter.
Hi!
From Jinx Everywhere. How are you doing?
Oh, great. What not?
What did you think of the ride? Oh, right. Okay. You got to go check out his channel in the top right there to see his full thoughts of this brand new attraction. Just stopped into Corny's Corner for some incredible merchandise in there and artwork. I absolutely wanted to buy 30 things in that store. My wallet is crying today with how much amazing stuff they have for the 100th anniversary and just like vintage and retro merchandise as well. So I almost bought some prints and also this cool t-shirt. Everything looks just incredible today in terms of merchandise. Knott's is knocking it out of the park. We gotta stop coming to the factory store. I just spent another $20. Oh my gosh, I could spend so much money here. And speaking of spending money, nice hat. That's a beautiful hat. Looks great on you. Well, next up, we're braving the crazy long wait of Timber Mountain Log Ride. This classic log flume attraction is something that we just have to ride no matter how long we have to wait. 1 hour and 25 minutes later, we're finally underneath the lift hill of Timber Mountain Log Ride. Oh, it is so good to be back! Oh, yeah, it's so good to be back! Woohoo! We have an extra seat just for you, pal. Alrighty. We're coming into a dark fire in the hole. Fire in the hole?
Oh, there's lights on.
But wait, what? There's lights? Is this a new change? Oh! Woo! Oh, that's wet. Hi, doggy. Woo! Aww. Yeah, we finally made it to the Hootenanny! Woohoo! Yippee! Wait a second. Blasted! Blasted! Blasted ahead! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Oh, yikes. Oh, that's a lot of water, but so good to be back. All these YouTubers, let's just gather around it. So good to be back in the saloon after so long. No shows right now, but it's still a wonderful atmosphere. So I got myself what's called the Calico Bonfire at Sarsaparilla and a little bit of Fireball whiskey. Super excited to try this out.
All right, let's try this Calico Bonfire. Ooh, that is dangerous. You have the sweetness and like, it's super good sarsaparilla, and then cinnamon on top with a little bit of an extra kick. This is something I might actually get a lot. That is so good. Wow, I love this. Definitely, yeah.
Now for dinner, just stopped at Fiesta Dog and used my meal plan for the Mexican hot dog. Such a good meal, especially for dinner. Next up for us, we're gonna be dropping down 300 plus feet to Supreme Scream. Now, I will say between the hours of 2 and 6, it is pure chaos in terms of crowds and lines. But now, with about 45 minutes left till park close, we're nearly walking on to Supreme Scream. Nice change of pace compared to a couple hours ago. So yeah, I think the plan for anyone coming to the park is get here early and stay here late, because the first 2 hours and the last 2 hours are going to be completely empty in comparison to everything in between. Look at that, as we're standing underneath Silver Bullet, seeing Montezuma's Revenge go through its loop. We're over in the Indian Trails and learning about America. So here's a little diorama. It would seem office chairs were around with the Native Americans. Who would have knew?
Who would have knew?
Yeah, like, who'd have thunk? That's pretty impressive.
They needed a raise and lower it.
Exactly.
Yep, brilliant.
Well, the time has come. It's almost closing time. Means last ride of the night on GhostRider is coming right up. Well, I missed GhostRider so freaking much. Line wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting, but seriously though, GhostRider is, I'm kind of glad we waited till now. One of the smoothest rides I've ever had on it. Super amazing.
We had an amazing final ride of the night on GhostRider.
Well, as you just saw from Carter's video, I apparently have quite the fan club at Knott's. Shout out to everybody that was in that group.
Oh my God, are you Parks Bros?
Leave a comment if you were in that group, and I'll make sure to heart it. That was quite the surprise.
And like the video.
Yeah, if
Like, subscribe.
If you guys want to do that too, that's cool. Yes, I know technically we did not get Rotnog last ride of the night on GhostRider officially, but it was our last ride of the night before the park closed, and I gotta get Ed into this video because I gotta put it out tomorrow. Seeing Ghost Town come to life again at Knott's at night is just a wondrous sight. And there you have it. Great to be back at Knott's. Now to head back home and edit this video and give my final thoughts on the day. Well, there you have it. A fully complete day at Knott's Beary Farm for the first time in over 400 days, where we were actually able to ride rides. Like, it was so much fun. But I will say, there is a lot to be learned after our visit on the first official day of its reopening. Now, do expect pretty crazy long waits for most bigger attractions and even some of the smaller attractions. We waited about a half hour for Dragon Swing, and that's technically one of the smaller rides at the park. Now, Berry Tales did end up getting up to around a 2-hour wait today, as well as GhostRider, and we waited about an hour and 45 minutes for Timber Mountain Log Ride as well. Now, those were all pretty big waits in terms of what we're at least used to seeing back over a year ago. But in terms of different protocols, of course, there is distancing and mask wearing required. And on certain attractions, there are spacing limitations. So with every party on GhostRider, you will have to skip a row for the next party. Or there were some weird ones where with Scrambler, you can only have one party enter or exit the ride at a time. But at least on the positives, it was great to be back, great to see some old friends and even new. Also, being able to purchase this awesome shirt
for Wacky Soapbox Racers, which I gotta say is super comfortable. That's just an awesome thing that I was not expecting to do today. And I gotta say, those rides on Xcelerator, HangTime, GhostRider, and of course Knott's Berry Tales Return to the Fair were just phenomenal all around. All of those rides I've either missed or was incredibly excited to get on, and I gotta say, none of them let me down at all. So with that, if you haven't yet, make sure to go check out my great pals Carter from Jinx Everywhere, and of course Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. It was amazing getting to hang out with them again and have some awesome new memories be made at Knott's Berry Farm. And of course, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and like this video, because we will have tons more of this Southern California theme park content and beyond coming very, very soon, specifically with Knott's, Six Flags Magic Mountain, and even Disneyland. So with that, I gotta say thank you all again so much for watching, and of course, until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.